This is an AirFanta 3Pro with a Talentcell YB1208300-USB. So Talentcell YB1208300 USB battery pack. Now this lithium-ion battery pack has 3 power outputs. It has 5 volts over USB-A port. It has 9 volts over a 5.5 millimeter outer diameter, 2.5 millimeter inner diameter DC barrel connector, and then finally it has 12 volts out of a 5.5 millimeter outer diameter, 2.1 millimeter inner diameter DC barrel connector. You can use these 3 outputs at the fixed 5 volt, 9 volt, 12 voltages in lieu of the stepless transformer that the AirFanta comes with, which varies the voltage continuously from a low of around 4 volts, I believe, 3 or 4 volts, up to full power, which is 12 volts. So if you take this battery pack and you use a standard USB to 5.5 by 2.1 barrel connector, you connect this to the USB port, and you connect this other end to the AirFanta. Turn on the battery pack, and it is now running essentially on a low setting, the 5 volt setting. The battery pack is an 8,300 milliamp battery pack. I haven't tested to see how long the 3 Pro can run on this battery pack, but I would expect it to be quite a few hours. I'm sure someone out there can do the calculations, and I plan on getting another one of these battery packs and actually doing a longevity test on it to see how long the 3 Pro lasts with a new battery pack. I've had this one for a few years already. Now, if you want to move up to 9 volts, it gets just a tiny bit trickier because you need a cable that is different inner diameters on both ends. So because of some of the target use cases for this battery pack, the 9 volt connector has a slightly bigger pin, which is 2.5 millimeter inner diameter, so the diameter of the pin. So for that, you need a cable that is on one end DC 5525 or 5.5 millimeter outer, 2.5 inner, and on the other end the same as before, just DC 5521. Now with that, you get 9 volts. So now we're running the AirFanta off of 9 volts, which is kind of a medium setting. Definitely loud, right? Because these are industrial fans, 140 millimeter industrial fans. So this is at 9 volts. Now let's say you wanted to run it at 12 volts. You don't care about the noise, 60 decibels be damned. For that, you can use a very simple, probably the most common barrel connector cable, which is DC 5521 on both ends. So the smaller pin, not the thicker pin. So it's 5.5 millimeter outer, 2.1 millimeter inner on both ends. Turn the battery pack on. And we're now running a bit of a whiny, ear-splitting 12 volts, but this is fine if you have it in a loud environment or far away from where you're going to be at the opposite end of the living room. I think most people are going to run it at 5 or 9. And that's it. So that's how you would use this battery pack for portable, mobile usage, or maybe a hospital room where they object to anything being plugged into the outlets, that sort of thing. Hope this helps.